Hello, this is Wednesday, August 6th, and I've lost another pound in my hungry strike for America. Another star is up on the official sign, and today talking about the state of Oklahoma, which had the fifth highest percentile of voters voting for Mr. Trump in the 2024 elections. As you recall, number 1 was Wyoming, number 2, West Virginia, number 3, Idaho, number 4, North Dakota, and number 5 is Oklahoma. The two senators in Oklahoma are very good. That's Senator James Lankford and Senator Mark Wayne. That's all one word. Mark Wayne is his first name, Mullen. Now, he received some notoriety from the Biden administration and really appreciation from veterans for having rescued Americans in Afghanistan after the botched withdrawal by the Biden administration. Now, Senator Lankford was elected last in 2022, so he's not up until 2028 for re-election. But Senator Mullen was elected in a special election, and he will be up for re-election next year in 2026. He last in the special election received 61.8%. I don't anticipate any problems with him being re-elected. I think that he probably will receive a higher percentage than he did in 2022. Oklahoma has 5 congressmen. Each one is in a district that leans heavily Republican, from a high of leaning by 28% to the lowest one is leaning by 9% towards the Republicans. The 5 congressmen, Kevin Hern, Josh Rakeen, Frank Lucas, Tom Cole, and Stephanie Bice. I do not anticipate any problems in the 2026 elections for the House seats in Oklahoma. I'm also going to talk today about some of the things I do in order to support my hungry strike for America. I've lost 5 pounds in 5 weeks. That's pretty good. The main thing I do in my hungry strike for America is I am hungry. I could eat a lot more than what I'm eating. Of course, the body compensates for a reduction in calorie intake. When I reduce calories, of course, the body decided to need fewer calories. So you actually have to go hungry. I don't eat anything with sugar. I try to stay off all processed foods. I try to reduce my carbohydrates down to a bare minimum. So I basically go hungry. I never pass up going out to dinner with my wife or anybody else. I never pass up doing anything because I'm on my hungry strike, but I go hungry. For example, my wife and I went out on Saturday night to a restaurant. I had a steak and asparagus, did not have my typical martini or beer. But every now and then I will do a drink, but I have reduced that down to because that's sugar. So the bottom line is the number one thing to be successful in my hungry strike for America is to be hungry. I'm sure all of you have been seeing the extensive news regarding redistricting in Texas and the running away of the 51 Democrats, I think it was 51, to Illinois and New York, and other things that may be popping up with regard to redistricting. Bottom line is, and this is the bottom line, every single state does gerrymandering of their district lines, other than the states that only have 1 congressman. Those states, the whole state, is the House district. In all the other states, the politicians do what politicians do. It's their right, and it's what they do to ensure that their party has the ability to win more seats than the other party. So all the talk is just all BS with regard to politicians in Texas trying to screw over Democrats and trying to steal the election. No, they've all done it. And oh, by the way, from my perspective, the Democrat states have done it a lot worse than the Republican-controlled states, which is why I'm not really too worried about any Democrat state actually saying that they're going to redistrict, because my opinion is, as there is an upsurge, an upwelling of conservatism, anti-wokeism, anti-illegal immigration in our country, more Republicans, more independents going the conservative way because it's the right way. I believe that any redistricting in a Democrat-controlled state will probably result in actually more Republican seats. So I'm not concerned at all about that. Actually, the only real news is the excitement associated with the Texas state legislature and the legislators that ran away so that they wouldn't have a quorum. It's always interesting to see that kind of stuff, but I've never, ever seen it result in a victory for the minority party. Thank you for watching this. Looking forward to another video next week. Remember that the bottom line on redistricting is everybody does it. God bless President Trump. God bless America. And God bless you. I hope everybody is healthy and happy. Have a great week.